Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Brownlee. Welcome to Body of Christ Real Talk. I'm actually off today. I'm off for personal reasons, but I'm at home. I'm just at home chilling and I'm resting and I got my head in some things and I'm brainstorming. I'm thinking about business and other things like that. I'm frustrated because things didn't turn out like I wanted to turn out. And a lot of technology really bothers me, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an ADHD in me, man, but my attention span when it comes to tech stuff, I have very little patience. It just seems like I get brain fog. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about something I've been talking about quite a bit lately, and I'm going to get into some finances too because I got some good news on different ways to make money, but I'm not going to get into that now. But what I want to talk about something that's kind of bothering me in the weight loss community. And I want you, the ones that's trying to lose weight. And this might sound offensive, but it's not coming from me. It's coming from a lot of YouTubers, not a lot, but I hear a certain few YouTubers that lost a lot of weight and were very successful on the carnivore diet. The carnivore diet as the all meat diet, like myself. I'm doing more ketovore now, 10 to 20 grams of carbs, and I'm enjoying it. When I'm getting into that another time, why I think this might be best for me and the rest of my life than just eating all meat. And I'm going to tell you why. But I want to talk about, I was just listening to YouTube, and this guy who has become very famous, not in money-wise, but he helps a lot of people, and do carnivore, the all-meat diet. He has a strong passion for carnivore. He has a very strong, passion about the carnivore diet, how to lose weight on the carnivore diet. He has a strong passion. So when I talk about passion a lot. Talk about passion a lot. When you are passionate about something, you want to tell everybody. You want to let everybody know of what you have learned and what you have done or what you want to do. You have a strong passion of what you love to do. Whether it's learning a new career, whether it's singing, whether it's sports, whether it's teaching, whether it's ministry, or even what I'm going to talk about now, losing weight. You have a passion. I think passion is very important in life. Excuse me. Passion is very important for your growth. But passion can also be a hinder. It can also be a hinder. It also depends on what you're passionate about. Because some people are passionate about the wrong things, But I'm not here to talk about, what good things are passionate and what good things are not. I'm not here to talk about that. But what I want to address, and maybe I'll just probably even mention a comment to him about this, whether he accepts it or not. It's a YouTuber out there, very popular. I think he's a nice guy. He's got his podcast is called Stead something. What they call that? People that lives in a country with a lot of natural resources and animals and stuff like that. But homesteading, yeah, he's got his all. The name of his podcast, you probably no, you probably don't because you don't follow those. But the name of his podcast is the Homestead Podcast, and where he talks about the all meat carnivore diet. He's been on it close to 2 years now, I believe. Over a year, I know that he's been on the carnivore diet. Okay, he lost over 100 pounds. I think he started out close to where I was, 260, and I think he lost 100 pounds. He's at 160 now. Incredible. So he went from, I think, 260, he's down to 160 now. 160 pounds. Just eating all meat. I don't even think he cheated. He just ate all meat. Nothing but meat. Mainly steaks and red and beef, which is very strong when it comes to weight loss. Very good nutritional meat, fast meat. Steaks and, beef. I think he ate a lot of steaks. I mean, he eats a lot of thick steaks if you see those steaks. Well, anyway, it's not tell a story about him. It's worth, he's doing a lot of things. He's doing a documentary. He's helping a lot of people. The things he's doing is good. So this is not a knock to put him down because he's doing a lot of great things for a lot of people when it comes to losing weight. Because of his journey, he has a passion, just like I do. But I think he's a little more aggressive than me. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Maybe his personality always been like that. I never met him, but he might have that personality. I kind of read that from, when I be around people, how, sometimes when I think about a person, sometimes their personalities are like that, but I can be wrong quite a bit too. But he has that kind of, bipolar type of personality type. I'm not saying he's bipolar, but he has that type of personality type. And he had a lot of health issues in his life too when he was overweight. I think he was even on a scooter or something before. But he lost all that weight. A lot of his problems have been reversed. His heart problems have been reversed. A lot of things has been, he would say miraculously. I just say reversed, since he's been on this all-meat carnivore diet. And I noticed when I started listening to him, the more I listened to him, and when he's talking about the carnivore, I got to the point that, okay, he talks about the carnivore like the carnivore is Jesus Christ almost. That's where I get out of it. Like, it's the means to eternal security. It's the means of eternal life. Now, he never said that. That's what I'm getting. And I don't know if he's a believer or Christian. I don't think he is, but I can't just judge on a person or what they do at being a believer. But anyway, that's how strong his passion is about carnivore. Everything hinges on carnivore. Now, when 8 minutes left, that's a good thing in your passion, but it can also become a problem for others. What I mean, I didn't say for him. It could become a problem for myself and others. Let's talk about the others, because I have been successful on carnivore. Not as much as him, but I have been successful on the all-meat carnivore diet. I could tell you my story and testimony as well. And he been so successful on the carnivore diet. Listen closely to what I'm saying. He helped hundreds of people that watch his show and different things, including his own family, that's been off and on the all-meat diet. He's been so passionate and is so passionate about the carnivore diet. He can come off as, I wouldn't say, no, not condescending, but he can come off as judgmental too much towards people that's overweight. Not putting them down and calling them names, but what's the best way? You could become judgmental by saying something that you have no proof how a person is really thinking, or what is their real motive, why they do what they do. Give you an example. He makes statements quite a bit now that, listen to this. If you eating like you eating and you know it's bad for you and you know it's doing this for you and you don't want to stop, that means you like that poison and junk that you're eating more than your own life. See, statements like that. Is that a true statement? Let me continue to this. Or you're eating like you're eating and you know it's bad and you making these decisions based on what you want to eat. What you are saying is, when it comes to husband and wives or wives and husband, that your food is more important than your husband, or your junk eating is more important than your children. So you rather sacrifice yourself for eating that bad junk, that bad stuff, over your family. Is that true? You can't answer that, and I cannot answer that, because we don't know what's in the head of overweight people. And I'm just talking about overweight people. But what I can say, when he says that, and he's out there saying, and I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking that, because he got to remember there's people that's overweight that has an addiction. There's people that has other problems while they're overweight. And a lot of times it has nothing to do because they love the food. It's because of addiction. And he ought to know that, because he used to be one of them. So what I am saying is, all the good things he does and he says, and he based a lot of things on observational. It's not scientifically proven, because of his own, experience of losing all his weight. And the people and doctors he's around, so a lot of his information come from the doctors, a different type of famous doctors that's doing the carnivore, all meat diets and everything. That's good, but that can also become a problem. Because you can get so much into this diet and you start getting that evolution type of thought, not Christianity type of thought or creation type of thought. You get that evolution type of thought that the meat, only eating meat is the all means of you living, which is not true. And that's what I get, even if he ain't doing it on purpose. I'm sure he probably would not say he don't mean that, but he need to brush up on that, how he approach and throw it out there, because you got to understand what you saying people are doing purposely. You got to understand, go back and look at your own lifestyle. What was you doing before then? It's just like a sinner becoming a believer, and they start judging and telling people why they doing it this way, why they can do it this way. You know good and well it's not easy to stop addictions and any type of substance abuse, even food. It's not easy to stop an addiction. That's why you got to do things with passion, but in love. You got to be humble. You have to understand other people. I'm not saying that he don't, but I don't know if it's the camera. Once he gets up there, you're doing so much. You got to understand, bro, you're not perfect. You still have faults. You might not be telling the whole truth. You say you have perfect and how great you feel. You're in a great shape you are. You blah, blah, blah. That's great, man. But you got to understand, everybody on carnivore, including myself, we haven't experienced that. And I'm not knocking him for that, but he has to understand everybody that does carnivore is not going to experience what he experienced if he's telling the 100% truth. See, my carnivore journey has been outstanding, but I have other issues with it. I didn't like the lack of I hate that brain fog. The lack of magnesium, the lack of potassium, the flu symptoms and stuff like that. I did not like that. See, he said he didn't go through that. Yes, but a lot of people do. You understand what I'm saying? And I think we need to let those cons out first. I never hear him talking about the cons too much. It's always the good things that the carnivore has done. I think you mislead people when you don't let the cons in. Even if it haven't happened to you, you got to let people know about all the salt. A lot of people don't like eating a lot of salt. A lot of people don't eat a lot of meat and red meat. So you have to understand what works for you, Mr. Man, does not work for everybody else. Now, let me go back. When you're addressing why people do what they do, you're walking on a slippery slope. You're not a doctor. You're not a psychologist. You're not a psychiatrist. You haven't talked to those people. You have to address the issue of addiction, why those people eat like they do or why they're like they are. But just say it openly. If you're doing this, if you're eating like that and you know it's bad and you choose to just say, I'm going to eat my food, or I eat it anyway because, I love my food over my family. Majority, I don't believe all that. I don't think a person that's overweight and eat all their food loves their food over their family. Now, I'm not saying they don't love their junk, but they not choosing their food over their family. They're choosing their addiction over themselves. See, it's a self thing. They don't love a candy bar, I don't believe, or a Whopper or nothing like that over their husband and wife, the natural person. They love their addiction. They love that food, not over their. They don't want to die, but they are addicted. You think the majority of overweight people want to be fat? You think the majority of obese people want to die? When you say it's because you don't want to live because of blah blah this, or because I'm not saying I don't want to put words in his mouth, but you got to understand, you out there on YouTube and people read things different way of what you maybe it's coming to them different than what you really meant it for it to mean. You see what I'm saying? So my advice for anybody, if you are a success in something, including myself, do things in love with your passion. Understand where the other person is at. Understand, where they're at and where they're going and why they're that way. Don't just throw it out there because they don't like themselves. And they might not like themselves, but it's a different reason than what you think. It's an addiction. Many people don't like themselves because they have a low self-esteem in themselves. Many people don't choose their food addiction over their families. And I think you need to change it up a little bit, sir. God bless you all. Just a little something I had to get off my back. Real talk.